with a magnifying glass. I wanna show them that I'm serious. I wanna make some people laugh, and we could pull it all together and have ourselves a little brawl. The dogs are coming out tonight, and I think they wanna take it all. Don't wanna do it alone. Don't wanna do it alone.
This is Jessica from Twin Cities Media, and I'm sitting in here with Boomtown Riot for another session of our Track by Tracks. We're going to be talking today with Boomtown Riot about their upcoming EP, which is due out later this year. So I'm just going to throw it over to the guys now and introduce yourselves and what instrument you play and your role in the band.
My name's Jeremy, the drummer for Boomtown Riot, and I'm awesome. That's all. That's it.
How you doing? I'm Jake. I play guitar and I sing for Boomtown Riot.
My name is Jeff. I play a little bit guitar, a little bit of keyboards, and do a little bit of background singing.
Awesome. So before we dive too much into the EP, why don't you just tell us a little bit about how you guys all got connected, kind of the start of Boomtown Riot, maybe a little bit of the origin story.
Yeah, Jake here. I moved up to Minnesota in about 2013, and I met these guys roughly around that time, maybe a little after. They were Jeff and Jeremy were in a band called Skittish together, and I gigged with them a few times when I was in Kick. And it just kind of developed from there. I hit up Jeff after Kick was going its separate ways, and we recorded some songs together, and Jeff told me, if you're going to be writing songs that are that good, I'll be in your band. So here we are. It's working out.
Awesome. And so the EP, is it done? Are we putting the finishing touches on it, or it's completely ready to go at this point?
I'd say it's about 3/4 done. We recorded most of it in my living room on my home studio recording setup. We got a couple more songs to go. They're almost completed, but we have 4 songs done, and so just need to finish up those last 2, and then we'll be ready to go.
Awesome. And before we dive in, why don't you tell us who else is a part of Boomtown Riot that's not here sitting in with us today?
Our good friend Jimmy Lieback is the bass player of Boomtown Riot.
He's about 6'9".
Yeah, he's just a giant.
I thought it was 7'3".
Yeah.
He makes basses look small.
He's a big man in stature and heart, and he's a wicked bass player.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that makes up Boomtown Riot, the 4 of you guys.
It does.
And have you guys played any shows yet together?
Yeah, we the first set of gigs that we did, we went down to South by Southwest and played about 8 gigs in 5 days.
Wow. How'd that go?
He's rocking.
It was great. Really, really cool. Some were outdoors. Some were in small compact bars with. It was really, really fun. It was it was a great experience. Great to go get the band nice and tight and get things going. And it was great.
Had any of you played South by Southwest before or been to South by?
Yeah, we played South by Southwest with Skittish, and I'd played it about 4 times before, and so Jeremy set up a really nice condo for us downtown, and we just went out every night, played a bunch of shows,
drank a bunch of booze.
We did a little bit of alcohol, yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the music was received?
That's magic.
Yeah, absolutely. People who had never seen us before, I had someone come up and say that we were the most exciting thing that they had stumbled upon in their whole time at South by, and people just liked it. It's just good, feel good music.
Yeah.
So.
That's great. Well, with that, let's transition into the EP. Again, this is going to be the self-titled EP due out later this year from Boomtown Riot. And the first track off the EP is entitled Beatles on the Radio. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about that track, maybe the writing, recording,
Well, let's see. That song sort of sprouted from right as my previous music project was, becoming No More. I just started writing, and that was really the first thing that came out. I recorded the song just as is with an acoustic guitar. And the vocals, we did it live with Jeff, and it's just about flipping everything upside down, and just making the best of it and seeing every situation as a positive thing and as a growing opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was one of those songs that one of the two that Jake brought into my home studio setup that impressed me a lot. He just sat down with acoustic and just ripped through it, and I was like, oh boy, this guy really knows what he's doing. And so we then re-recorded it with the full band again on my home studio setup in my living room, and that's what you're going to hear right now.
Awesome.
9 guitar solos.
There you go.
Yeah, well, we cut 7 of them, so cut it down to 9.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a listen to Beatles on the Radio from Boomtown Riot.
I wanna change my situation, and I wanna stick it out tough. And I wanna channel new vibration when the television ain't enough. And I'll never get tired of all the running, 'cause love I know is something real. It's out there all across the nation, and it's in the strawberry field. Don't wanna do it alone, I don't wanna do it alone. On a straight line, like seeing things for the first time clearly. Don't stop walking on your own 2 feet. Don't stop walking on your own 2 feet. And for the first time, like heaven made such a far climb for me. Don't stop walking on your own 2 feet. Don't stop walking on your own 2 feet. And for the first time in my life, I'm not afraid of what love is like. Oh no, no. On a straight line, like seeing things.
So that was Beatles on the Radio, the first track off of the forthcoming EP from Boomtown Riot. And yeah, that was catchy, kind of a little earworm. So I really enjoyed that, you guys. The next track that we want to talk about this afternoon is The Repeater.
The Repeater is a song that I wrote shortly before getting together with Jake to hear some of his new songs. It just came out of, I spent some time down in Nashville kind of learning how to write pop earwormy hits, as you put it. And so this is one I decided to bring to the band and see what we could do with it. So I had kind of the skeleton of it, and everyone else put the meat on the bones. And this is the only one on the that we'll hear today that I wrote as opposed to Jake.
Okay. And so, I mean, how is that? You said you have a home studio, that process recording at home. I mean, for these songs, was it kind of one take and you felt really good about it, or was there a little bit of grinding? Or
for me, it's grinding. For Jake, it's usually one take. He's got the antenna to God talent kind of stuff. I need a little more work.
Yep.
So mine's many takes, but he's singing lead on it, and he did it in 1 or 2 takes. So
Awesome.
And then I just put all the stuff around it.
Bells and whistles. So when did you guys, I mean, when were you recording these songs? Was it this year or last year?
It was just a month and a half ago,
Okay.
basically. Just, it's cold in the winter, so you just stay inside, and he comes over to my dark little house, and we record everything there.
I can't believe it was only that long ago.
Yeah, we've only been a band since like January.
And it
And
seems
we
like so
played
much longer.
Yeah, we played South by Southwest like a month after being a band. So
Wow.
like
That's weird. It's weird to put that all in perspective.
Yeah,
right
really.
now in this moment, it's like,
yeah, it's
We all cut our teeth in so many other bands, though, that we're very experienced, and we were able to just kind of jump right into it instead of having the new band growing pains.
Yep.
We've already been through all that before with other bands, so we were able to kind of get things moving quicker with this project.
Absolutely. Just kind of dive right in and put it together. That's very cool. Well, let's go ahead and take a listen to The Repeater from Boomtown Riot.
Wait. It's been a fun ride. It's been a long night. I know my strength won't last. My love that fast may find me. Must have been something real to make me feel this low. So you know it's worth the beat at night. I'll remember you in summer, steaming our back seats and I will try, because the fault lines are healing. It's been a fun ride. It's been a long night. I know my strength won't last. My love that fast may find me. Must have been something real to make me feel this love. And I do it all again. And I do it all again.
So that was The Repeater, the second track off of the self-titled EP from Boomtown Riot. So another great track. We really enjoyed that. And now I'm just going to throw it over to you, Jeremy, to talk about the next track on the EP, which is entitled Lend a Hand. So tell us a little bit about the story behind that one.
That song was just kind of, Jake kind of brought it to the table and just is probably like a verse and a chorus. And honestly, like we rewrote the song probably 5 different times, 5 different ways, and beats and whatever you can imagine. And we just sat at I own a drum store in Minneapolis, Clash Drums, and like we just sat there for like the whole entire time, like probably like 3 or 4 hours till like 2 a.m. just like trying the song a million different ways, and then all of a sudden it was just that was it. It was crazy how it all came together, really, because it was really just a verse and a chorus, and then we added like an intro, we added a kind of a funky breakdown, and then a whole ending, like all that stuff. Like I think that song was it took all of us to make it happen.
Yep.
It just wasn't just something that happened sitting on the toilet. It was something that happened, like, you know, it took a lot of thought, and it didn't take one brain to do. It took all 3 of our brains to make that song happen.
Yep.
Yes, it did.
And I think the satisfying part would be, after all those hours of working it out, we'd be playing at Jeremy's drum shop, Clash Drums in Northeast, and we'd be set up in there, and we'd be playing the song, and it's probably midnight, 1 a.m., something like that. We were playing through the song, and it was sounding really good. You know, finally we got it all worked out, and I remember hearing this banging on the front door, and I assumed, oh great, someone called the cops for being loud, you know, and so we kind of stopped and we looked back, and it was just random people walking by, and they said, "We love the song, keep playing."
Yeah, they're like, "Thank you."
Yeah, and they were just yelling, and we're like, "Okay." So we just kept on playing, and and this is again, you know, during the winter.
Yeah.
It's probably January, February at this time.
Yeah, they stood out there.
And they just stood out there and
It was
listened.
winter.
Yeah, listen on the street as we played inside Jeremy's drum shop. So that was a pretty cool experience. I think that's probably when we knew that we probably had the song working for us.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to ask. I was just going to say, like, was there a specific moment that you knew you'd hit that sweet spot? But it sounds like someone standing outside of your drum shop saying, "Way to go," is probably that moment. So.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep, keep going, follow whatever that is.
It changed so many times. Like, I don't even... A lot of songs are like that, I guess, in the writing process, but this one in particular for us changed the most out of all of them, I would say. It's a chameleon. But now it's locked into one color.
So how was that for you, Jake, then? Because you brought the chorus and the verse to these guys, and then to see it as a completed thing, like, what's that kind of like?
Oh, it was great. It's really, really cool to hear the opinions of these guys, and to like be able to, truly trust in their musical abilities and their knowledge, and to be able to collaborate on something, because it's truly a group effort, and it's great. Like it's really the best feeling in the world, to be honest. There's not, other than performing, there's not really anything like it.
Absolutely. Did you guys play that track or any of the tracks down at South by Southwest this year?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And how was there one that stood out as like a favorite to play yet, or maybe too soon to say?
This song did. This
there
song
was one
definitely
night
stood out.
Yeah, there was one night at South by that we played in a because the crowds there kind of come and go. There's a lot of people walking around, and one night we played our set, and towards the end of the set there was more people, and we were like, let's play Lend a Hand again, and we played it, and like there was like a sort of like stripper pole looking thing.
Yeah,
right. And I sort of jumped up there.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I like shredded the guitar solo, and people were kind of like going wild and stuff, and it was like, you could tell it really hit people, on a serious level. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and take a listen to Lend a Hand, the third track from Boomtown Riot.
I only want you, girl. Oh, I know. I've got a situation, but my hands are clean and the word is good. And another thing to be understood is if you gotta leave, if you gotta go. Don't you be afraid to really let me know. I've got sunshine in my shoes, I've got a million things to lose. So won't you come on over and make me feel alright? You got me tongue-tied on the line, which way is left and which is right? Or don't you come on over and make me feel alright? 'Cause I never two-time you, baby, and I never treat you well. And I only wanna stand by you, sugar. Only wanna lend a hand. And when the night is cloudy, you will see the love is in the air, so endlessly on and on. I only want you, girl.
So that was Lend a Hand. That's the third track off of the forthcoming EP from Minneapolis-based Boomtown Riot. So now let's just move into the last track on the EP. This one's called Feelin' It. So maybe you guys can just tell us again a little bit of the story behind the recording, the writing process of Feelin' It.
This song I started to write this, in the fall, this last fall, and I was just kind of like going through a little couch surfing phase, I guess, and I was strumming guitar on a couch in Des Moines, Iowa, and I had the riff, and it was just kind of a turning point, really, because I had a turning point in my life, I guess, to be honest, and it's kind of a reflection of things, and sort of, coming to reality and coming back down to earth a little bit on certain things, and it's my biggest update of my truth.
Yep.
And reality in my life.
So how was that then? That sounds like a little bit kind of more of a personal song that you wrote. So how was that for you then, again, bringing it to Jeff, bringing it to Jeremy, and recording that when it is something that sounds to be a little bit more personal?
Yeah, it was, it was nerve-wracking, of course. It's nerve-wracking to explain, your love life to anyone, I think. And then to put it on a
song,
on a pedestal and sing about it and put music behind it.
Yep.
But it's what makes it powerful, I guess.
Yeah, and this is the first one that Jake brought to me. I had, as he said, his band Kick would play with our band Skittish in the past few years, and I kind of knew him as sort of a guy who was a fan of like 80s rocking and really thrashing and getting wild and all this. Exactly. And I mean, he can definitely do it, but it wasn't really my thing. And then so I agreed to help him record and get some songs done. And he came in with this song, and I just thought, my gosh, this is far better than anything I've ever heard from before. And he just sat down and with an acoustic guitar, I set up a bunch of mics so we could play and sing at the same time. And so we recorded in one take. And I was very impressed by that. And since then, we try to re-record it because I like things on different tracks, so I can mix, get everything just, tweak the way I like it. But none of them had the magic of that first one take. And so we decided, you know what? Let's just go back and let's use that, and let's just put that on the record. So what you're about to hear is him sitting down for the first time in my living room.
Yeah, the demo I heard.
Yeah.
The demo he gave us, all of us, to join the band, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's like, here's what I've got. It's like, this is what we're doing. And it's like, I come from a country, rock, folk, whatever. It's like, this is like the countryest song we do. So it was right up my alley, and it's rocking.
Yeah, it was impressive. So what you hear is him playing and singing at the same time, and then Jeremy came in and laid some percussion stuff over it, and that's the song.
That's very cool. Well, I don't want to say too much more because that sounds kind of like a magical moment. So let's go ahead and just take a listen to Feeling It from Boomtown Riot.
Leaves were falling all around, the cold air wrapped itself around town. I was playing the fool, it seemed, reading in the magazine. And she got me feeling it again, and I'd forgotten what it was to feel alright. I've got my back against the wall, and I'm just waiting for a path to cross with mine. Place behind her eyes, she took me there from time to time, time to time. I'll tell you once and I'll tell you twice, a look from her and I'm alright, I'm alright. And she got me feeling it again, and I'd forgotten what it was to feel alright. I've got my back against the wall, and I'm just waiting for her path to cross with mine.
So that was Feeling It, the fourth track off the EP from Boomtown Riot. So now you guys are going to play an acoustic track for us. This one is called Waiting for a Rhyme. Jake, maybe you can tell us a little bit about this track.
Yeah, it was the second track that I brought in to record with Jeff. And it was another one that was very stripped down, like as you're going to hear it. It's just I don't know, it's kind of a song about the future, I guess. It's about, just waiting for future rhymes that will turn into songs.
Absolutely, waiting on that inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Well, why don't you guys go ahead and give that a play for us?
1, 2, 3, 4. Another rhyme, another reason, another minute, another mile, another changing of the season, another face, another smile. And I think of friends whose lovers touched me, how we would laugh as time passed by. I think of friends, it makes a tear fall from my eye, while I'm sitting killing time, just waiting for a rhyme. Another round of drinks for strangers, some wet their whistle and some are dry.
Some stay till closing time, and others say goodnight, while they're sitting killing time, just waiting for a ride. Smiling your face off when you see your love. You've gotta give it all a little ain't enough. 'Cause when you've seen that face that you can't unsee, it does things to you, it does things to me. I took some time to make it better. I took some time to do it right. To you, my friend, this is my letter to the sky. While I'm sitting killing time, just waiting for a ride. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. That was awesome to get to hear a little sneak peek of an acoustic track from you guys that we're excited to see live coming up here soon, which you do have some shows coming up. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure.
We got an event June 2nd at the Parkway Theater. That's in South Minneapolis. Got a couple bands with 13 Arrows, and we're putting on an event, and tickets, selling tickets. You can get tickets at Clash Drums. It's a 21 and over event. It's going to be a really wild show. It's going to be very exciting. We're planning a lot of exciting stage show and things like that. So it's definitely going to be one to be at. So don't miss it.
Great. So that is June 2nd at the Parkway Theater, Boomtown Riot with 13 Arrows. And so you said you can buy tickets at Clash Drums in Northeast. Can people grab tickets online?
I believe you can grab the pre-sale tickets at Clash Drums, and then if you want to just buy tickets at the door, you can do that the night of as well.
Great.
Yeah, I think that's the best way.
They're $8 at pre-sale, and then $12
At the door.
at the door.
Great. And then if people liked what they heard today from you guys and want to stay up to date on everything coming, down the docket from Boomtown Riot, where can we find you guys online?
All over the internets, on Instagram, Boomtown Riot, Facebook, Boomtown Riot, even just boomtownriot.com. You can find everything there. We'll be posting new pictures, new music every week, and that's a great way to keep up with us. So even if you just type it into Google, I think the first full page will be filled with everything about us.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, thank you again so much, you guys, for coming in today for our track by track. Again, this is Jessica from Twin Cities Media, and I was sitting in here with Boomtown Riot. So thanks for your time this afternoon, you guys. We're excited for that show coming up at the Parkway.
Yeah,
Thank you, Twin Cities Media.
Yeah, thank you.
Leaves were falling all around, the cold air wrapped itself around town. I was playing the fool, it seemed, reading in the magazine. And she got me feeling it again, and I'd forgotten what it was to feel alright. I've got my back against the wall, and I'm just waiting for a path to cross with mine. A distant place behind her eyes, she took me there from time to time, time to time. I'll tell you once and I'll tell you twice, a look from her and I'm alright, I'm alright. She got me feeling it again.